50 Cent has announced that he will be executive producing the documentary on Diddy, Surviving Diddy, Too Much Brother Love Can Cost You.
This documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there with all due.
It appears that Diddy is at last taking 50 Cent to task after the latter spent some time dragging and making fun of him. When 50 finally revealed he was doing a documentary about Diddy, it was too much. Furthermore, it appears that Diddy will not stand by and let 50 break him down in this way. He is retaliating.
P. Diddy Combs, he has released this statement on Twitter and Instagram saying in part, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family."
In addition to criticizing the case, Diddy is reportedly said to have threatened to reveal some secrets that 50 has hidden away. It appears that chaos is on the horizon. In addition to the fact that he has spoken harshly about 50, there are rumors on the internet that Diddy is threatening to reverse 50 Cent and reveal some of the dark truths he has been keeping from the public. It appears that 50 may have gone too far, and it makes sense why Diddy would become enraged at 50 and begin to threaten him in return. Allegedly, their animosity dates back to 50 Cent's early days in the rap industry in the late 1990s. He was a huge star in the industry, having just released his hit track, How to Rob. He had offers from many labels to sign, but he insisted on joining Diddy's Bad Boy Records. Diddy regrettably didn't feel the same way and declined 50. Now, to be fair to Diddy, 50 as a person had nothing to do with this. Tony Yayo, a former member of G-Unit, claims that Diddy was hesitant to sign an artist that was linked to firearms and a gangster image after Biggie Smalls passed away. One thing about Mr. 50 Cent's early career that stands out is that he was very fond of the gangster image since Diddy wanted to safeguard his own bad boy identity and brand. Tony Yayo also disclosed that 50 Cent managed to secure a meeting with Diddy. However, it was evident from a way that Diddy viewed the meeting as merely ceremonial, as he had no plans to sign 50. Not only that, he was unwilling to be flexible. "We had a meeting with Diddy," stated Tony Yayo. "Out of respect, he arranged a meeting with me and 50 others. Deals were all over the table for him. I did not say he would accept the offer. Perhaps he hadn't. Despite the fact that 50 was the sexiest man alive, Diddy was hesitant to accept the deal due to the turmoil. However, despite Diddy, things worked out for 50 since he joined with Eminem and had an incredibly successful career. But he still harbors a deep resentment against Diddy, and he never misses an opportunity to criticize and make fun of him. 50 Cent has been talking a lot about Diddy because he knows how petty the man is. Consider the time Diddy was arrested a few years back for touching his son's UCLA coach. 50 made fun of him on Instagram with a number of memes. Diddy, however, had consistently insisted that he had no ill will toward 50, stating, "I have no beef with 50. He cherishes me. Really, do you believe that to be hate? When you actually get down to it, you've been here for a while, so you know that when he acts like that, he loves me. I think it's humorous. It's not very personal to me. I am aware that his sense of humor is distinct. I just don't have him in my life. We don't have to never cross paths, and I would never say nothing unpleasant about him because that's just not me. People that act as though they don't like you may actually be in love with you." In addition, 50 frequently discusses Diddy's sexual orientation and refers to him as gay. One instance of this was when he shaded Diddy on Instagram and apologized for not being able to assist you all anymore. "You'll all be gay in content soon. Puffy Daddy is now the one in charge of you," reports the closest Rainbow. "You're demonstrating your commitment to your beef when you shame someone while you're genuinely in a hospital bed." Additionally, he once said that Diddy was fruity on the Breakfast Club. When he leaves, he acts and says things that he isn't even aware of. He's saying something fruity. Now, 50 Cent further states that he attempted to take him shopping once, but we weren't given the opportunity to act as though we could simply hang together. It appears that chaos is on the horizon. Furthermore, he says that at that period, his parties were enormous freakouts when a variety of bizarre events took place. "See, this is why I don't go to no party Puffy and the Mat," he wrote after posting this photo of Little Baby. Get the F off my young man. What the F is going on here? How the F? Cassie filed a lawsuit, and we all knew that 50 would be the first to respond. And he did not let us down. Brother love, brother love, brother love, you out here looking crazy as a mug, he uttered, referring to the year 2003, when Miss Do, then only 17 years old, was being trafficked and used as a spy by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and a third attacker. The third ascent ended in the middle of the litigation, but the record said that an update will be made soon, and the identity will be disclosed. Jamie Doe alleges that when Harvey Pierre approached her in a bar and picked her up from the court, Diddy and his friends continued to allegedly SR. According to the documents, Ms. Doe was in a lounge with companions on the aforementioned occasion when Hosha approached her. She then discovered that Hosha was Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre, the third attacker, and his pals were all dressed in suits, and Pierre was with his own buddies as well. Mr. Pierre complimented Ms. Doe's attractiveness several times, stating that she was among the things he talked about. Mr. Combs, his brother and self-proclaimed best friend, Mr. Pierre in particular, kept saying that Mr. Combs would love to meet Miss Doe. He even contacted Mr. Combs and put Miss Doe on the line. Mr. Coles informed Miss D that she should come since he would love to meet her. The lawsuit included extensive details about the alleged mistreatment of Jane Doe by Diddy and his accomplices on the day of the event, and Mr. Pierre proceeded to New York City in a private vehicle. According to the affidavits, Miss Doe first saw Mr. Pierre as a performer in a Detroit, Michigan, lounge when she was just a teenager. Mr. Pierre maintained his close friendship with Mr. Combs, even going so far as to phone Mr. Combs with Miss Doe. Mr. Combs persuaded Miss Doe, who was half his age at the time, to travel by private jet with Mr. Pierre and the third attacker to his New York City studio. Mr. Pierre forced her to give him oral action while smoking crack cocaine in the lounge's bathroom before they boarded the private flight. The lawsuit continued by describing how, after Jane Doe became inebriated to the point of being unconscious, the group of men reportedly provided her drugs and alcohol when they got to their location. The men allegedly sent the document to her after that. Mr. Combs III saw Miss Doe as Celeb and Mr. Pierre, respectively, while she was at the studio. Mr. Combs stated that until she gave him a firm pinch on his nipples, he would not be able to get off. Next, Mr. Combs observed the third person, Celeb, who Miss Doe was unaware had started. Miss Doe instructed him to seize after the third since the saline was out. After giving it his all, Mr. Pierre made her give him an oral demonstration in which Ms. Doe was gasping for air and coughing. The lawsuit further claimed that Mr. Pierre abandoned Ms. Doe in the restroom by himself after finishing. Ms. Doe landed on the floor in a fetal position after falling. She felt agony in her privates. After some time, Ms. Doe eventually found her way around again. She needed assistance getting out of the premises and back into the car, though, as she was hardly able to stand. After being brought back to the airport, she was flown back to Michigan. She only really remembered getting in her car at some point early in the morning, and her memories of her ride home were extremely fragmented. All these are different facets and nuances of Ms. Doe. It also makes me think of Cassie's case, in which she alleges Diddy would dope her up and then have her sleep with male escorts that she had hired. Cassie claimed in her lawsuit that Mr. Combs would consistently provide Ms. Ventura and the escort with large quantities of drugs both prior to and during FAS. During FAS, Ms. Ventura received copious doses of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol, which enabled her to detach from these horrifying experiences. In the days following FAS's overindulgence in substances, receiving IV fluids to recuperate became a routine procedure. Now, Diddy has finally made up his mind to address the lawsuit and break his quiet, stating in a statement that enough is enough. I have been sitting quietly for the past few weeks, watching as individuals attempted to undermine my legacy, my reputation, and my integrity. I have been the target of horrifying accusations from people hoping to make a fast cash. To be quite clear, let me say this: none of the horrible things being accused of me were done. I'm going to battle for the truth, my family, and my name. You do remember how I called 50 Cent a troll? If you just dove right into the drama, that is. Do you believe Diddy is merely threatening people? Do you believe Diddy is merely threatening people? After seeing this following video, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below.